Hello there and welcome to a different type of video today. Earlier this month I asked my followers on Instagram to give me suggestions of what to paint in my sketchbook this month, and I got a good amount of answers, more than usual, so I thought I would make a video out of it. The first suggestion I painted were martini and cocktail glasses. I think I was the most excited for these because cocktail glasses have some really cool designs and some great reflective colors within the glasses. This is actually my second take with this martini glass. I started painting on another page and for some reason I made it huge. Like I painted it maybe 3-4 times the size of these little ones. I have no idea why I did that, so I had to start over. I was very happy with the end result of these. I realized I really like painting small. I feel like it leaves less room to make mistakes, and I don't feel so nervous or anxious about trying to fill up more of the page with just one piece. Also, I feel like I just have more fun when the paintings are tiny. Like I could play with color more and be a little bit more loose. Yeah, I was very happy with how these turned out. I feel like the way I use colors throughout the three paintings to kind of tie in everything is more reflective of my style and how I want it to look. So I was hoping to carry this look throughout the rest of the sketchbook session, but you'll find out that it really doesn't happen. The next one was a dessert I've always wanted to try but haven't yet, and this one was really hard because I'm a sweets person. I have a sweet tooth. I love desserts and sweets, so I feel like I've tried most desserts, or I know what I like. But first thing that came to mind was things I've seen on British Bake Off, because I love that show. And one of the main ones that I remember was a cherry bagel tart, which sounds so good. I love cherry things. Never had one before. And they're fairly simple, so I thought it would be pretty easy to paint. The second dessert I feel like is pretty popular. I think it's like a waffle type pastry, but it looks like a fish. It's in the shape of a fish, but I know they're typically filled with a red bean paste. But this one, the ones that I've seen more often, are filled with ice cream and have really cute toppings on them. I think they're called taiyaki, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I know it's just ice cream inside, but I've never had it in this cute little fish-shaped waffle. And I think there's still like a filling within that little fish with like custard or red bean I'm not sure what else they put in there, but it sounds good. The next one was Hearts and Sunsets. I was going to paint these two like individually, but I thought that might be a little bit too boring. I figured I would just combine the two of them to make it a little more creative. I find that when the idea is so simple, like a sunset, it's harder for me to draw because there's not like clear, definite lines. It's just all about gradients and it's very smooth. So that was a little challenging for me, but I really do like this concept. I'll probably save this for like another shop update or something and refine it some more. There I am using a little fan to speed up the drying process because watercolors take forever to dry. The next one was seasonal fruits and veggies. I had to look this up because I wasn't sure what specifically was in season in California. It seemed like it was mostly veggies, and to be honest, I was more excited to paint fruits, but I thought I would just give it a go and paint something that I haven't painted before. So I picked bok choy, which I actually really loved painting. I feel like I want to do or somehow like incorporate more veggie paintings into my work somehow. It was really fun to play with the lines and all the leaves and putting in lots of color, lots of pops of color throughout, and it just looks like a little tree. feel like when it comes to fruits and flowers, things with lots of leaves on them, I have such a hard time getting more creative as far as like not using the typical greens that I'm always going to. I did use greens for this, but I threw in a blue color, which is just like, it's very similar, but I used some deeper teals this time, some darker blues to give it a little more contrast. Someone gave me a suggestion to draw a pig, and I did not want to do this at all. I don't like drawing animals. Ever since I was in college, I guess I had a bad experience with one illustration project where I had to draw animals and it was just terrible. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of drawing animals, but I found a really cute picture of a pig in little rain boots. I thought that could work out nicely, but I still don't like how this turned out. The pig's face is okay. The boots turned out a little too muddy for me, but there he is. Flowers. I always enjoy drawing and painting flowers. I've never painted before, and I've never drawn a blue bonnet. It looked pretty complicated, but I was very happy with how this turned out. Again, I stuck to a more traditional type of painting. I was trying really hard to stick with just watercolor for this whole spread. I wanted to use watercolors even for the line work. I just felt like using colored pencil with this one. I felt like it needed that type of texture and detail that the colored pencils give it. I had yet another animal drawing suggestion, which I didn't want to do. And I know they said a cute little turtle, but maybe because I went in with the pencil first and I was trying to get too much detail that I ended up making it way big. It's not like a cutesy little turtle, it's just a regular sized turtle with some cute little flowers behind it. You can tell how much I don't want to be doing this painting because I don't put a lot of detail into like the turtle's texture and like the very intricate lines that a tortoise or a turtle has. I completely avoided it. But he turned out pretty cute. Now I realize beginning stages of this one, it's not looking like a shell at all, or an abalone shell. After I started painting it, I looked on Pinterest for more references, and it's not even an abalone shell, it's just like a clam. But doesn't mean I can't take inspiration from it and make it my own, so that's what I did. Also, I feel like with an abalone shell, because it's so reflective and there's not many like defined areas, like it's very smooth. This is not an abalone shell, it's still a shell, and I actually really love how I executed this. I went in thinking I would just kind of simplify everything, but the more I went along, I kept, adding some blues and some greens, using purple for the line work and for a little more of the details, and I really love it. It's definitely my favorite out of this sketchbook spread. And the last suggestion was a self-portrait. I used to really love doing portraits, and I keep telling myself that I want to practice to keep getting better at doing them. I was a little hesitant to do this because I don't really think about drawing or painting myself. I think I'm really hard on myself when it comes to portraits because I feel like they need to be anatomically correct. I feel like I did a little too much on the face, like I couldn't decide which color to stick with, and it was kind of muddy in the end. And it doesn't look like me, like it makes me laugh every time I look at this because it just looks kind of silly, but I simplified it, stopped overthinking it, and it's not bad. This last little bit wasn't a suggestion, but I just had to fill up that empty space, so I just quickly drew in some squares, some flowers, and called it a day. That's the whole spread. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I really loved painting this whole spread. I had a great time practicing getting into watercolors again, even though I may not have loved every single thing I painted. Hope to see you next time.